Any of you guys who enjoy walking these trails, who enjoy going all over these mountains as much as I do, you got to be aware these trails don't maintain themselves. These yuccas, these bushes don't trim themselves. The litter doesn't pick themselves up. The graffiti does not cover itself up. This is all done by volunteers. There really is no forestry to speak of anymore. They laid off everybody and they're so short on funds, so they say, and cutbacks, that it's all volunteers. There's some really great guys up in these mountains. Called the San Gabriel's their home. One, you probably know him, is Gordon. Gordon breaks his back hauling stuff up here. He cleared this trail, I believe. I was talking to him last night. It was late, on Messenger, and I believe he cleared this to the bottom. Has not gone beyond. And at the other end, they've cleaned up to the 1 or 2 mile marker. Have not. So nobody knows what lies in between. I think I'm going to be the first to record it, possibly even to physically walk it. Look at this, nice. But they don't clean themselves, they don't maintain themselves. There's another guy too, another guy that not a lot of you know about, and his name is Carl. Now Carl mainly takes care of, on his own time, his own dime, his own back-breaking hours, he mainly takes care of the West Fork. Now you guys think that's in bad condition. That guy goes up there on a weekend and he'll put 8, 10, 12 hours in. His own paint, his own money, his own cover coat, his own trash bag, his own gloves, all on his, and he asks nothing. But so I'm having a cleanup on the next weekend, a week from tomorrow, the 21st, 20th or 21st, I don't know, it's Saturday. Heaton Flats. I'm going to be up there. The date will be going across the screen. So if you're seeing this new, you still have a chance. If you see it old, watch for another one. Just subscribe, hit that bell. It will warn you. You can see what the video is about. Choose if you want to watch it or not, and that way you don't miss anything. But we're going to meet at Heaton Flats parking lot, Bridge Knower parking lot. Just Google it. If you can't Google it, get a map. Don't get there any later than 6 a.m. Try for 5. Otherwise, you're not going to get parking. You'll be parking all the way down past Cow Canyon Bridge, if you know where that is. It's going to add a mile or two walk to your thing. But Heaton Flats Campground is 1/8 of a mile from the parking lot. And you can take a wagon, you can take a bike. I'm taking a bike with a trailer. You can take I don't know, shopping cart or a backpack. We're going to camp at Heaton Flats. There's 2 campgrounds. It'll hold, I've seen 46 tents there one time. So I know it'll hold 46, but there are other areas close by, so don't worry about fitting. I'm going to supply linkage. I'm going to cook all the links, hot dog buns, mustard, relish, ketchup. I'll have drinks. You just bring yourself a tent and whatever else you need for one night. That's Saturday. But that's I'm going Friday. I'll be up there Friday night, Friday afternoon. I'll be up there. I'm gonna spend. So you're welcome to come Friday. I'm gonna spend Friday, and Saturday I'll go out and meet the guys at the lot. Then I will come out and about 9 o'clock, about 8 o'clock. No, about 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. We're gonna walk 3 miles into Allison Gulch, which is the, let's see, 5th and 6th third and fourth water crossing. Yeah, third and fourth water crossing. And we're going to start covering graffiti and taking trash out. If you can bring yourself one trash bag or a couple grocery bags, it's more than enough. There's not a lot of trash. We did this not too long ago. I'll supply the cover coat. If you have a brush, doesn't need to be an expensive one, bring a brush and a little pan. A pan about the size of a large butter container or a small Folgers coffee can. Something that you can mix your cover coat in, dip into. He said dip. Dip into, and I'll teach you guys how to cover the graffiti. It's easy. So we'll cover all the graffiti 3 miles out, back in, bring the trash out, and then I'll show you guys where some mines are. I'll show you, I'll point you in the directions of waterfalls. I'll show you where there's a concrete base, still remains to this day, where one of the monitors used to exist for the the water mining. That's not far from where we're gonna camp, right across the river. I'll show you some of the history, some of the funny stories, as well as people that have been along with me, most likely be there. They can both verify, add to, and tell their own. It'll be a good night. I'm gonna supply the dinner, the drinks. We're gonna camp out. Next morning, I will be making scrambled eggs, hash browns, potatoes O'Brien, coffee, and then we'll all be out of there by about 9, 10 o'clock Sunday morning. So this is going to be dedicated to the two guys that I named, Carl and Gordon. Hopefully they both show up. Gordon won't be able to show up till late, if at all. But if not, there'll be pictures of him in this video. If you see him on the trail doing work, usually out by Crystal Lake or somewhere, be sure and go up and shake his hand. If you have a cold drink to hand him, do so. He's the guy taking care of this part of the range, as well as Carl. There will be a picture of him on the screen. If you see Carl, the guy, like a lot of us, is working hand, check to check, and he's paying this stuff out of his pocket. If you see him working in a parking lot painting, and you have it in your heart, walk up to him, put $5 or $10 in his hand, or a cold drink, and say, "Hey, Carl, we appreciate what you're doing, and here, take this and use this in your future funds for trash bags, for paint, for gas money." Can you imagine driving up here every week on your own dime, spending easily $20 in gas up and down, easily, if not more. I'm not sure where he lives. And then $30 or $40 worth of supplies, and then 8 or 10 of your own hours, week after week after week. No one ever gives you any recognition. He's not asking for any. Nobody gives him any recognition. Nobody helps him out. It's all done out of his heart. So out of your heart, if you see this guy, the least you could do is thank him and walk up and shake the guy's hand. Let him know you appreciate what he's doing. We do appreciate you, Carl. Thank you very much for all you're doing. And same goes to you, Gordon. As always, trust the Gordon, fisherman. So I've been at this for years. I've been cleaning up the San Gabriels for years as well. And a lot of these awesome people have stepped in and helped me. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys too. Without you, this place wouldn't exist. It would be run down, shut down. All these trails would be being lost. This one was lost. About 10 years ago, it was lost. It was gone. And volunteers brought it back. And Gordon was one of those guys. They brought it back. So don't just ignore this. If you hike the San Gabriels, take the time, man. And okay, and that's all I have to say about that.